Hey, like Muhammad Ali says, the will got to be stronger than the skills. Today wasn't about skills. Today was about will strength. And I knew the type of fighter I was fighting. This guy's a triathlon athlete, for crying out loud. And if I was tired, I knew he was more tired because I worked very hard for this. He's never been 12 rounds before. So we knew we had to break him down. Body shots were hurting him. But this is what it's all about, fighting the best. This is the fight game. You know, this is what we...
The boxing world has been left stunned after Teofimo Lopez delivered an unexpected retirement announcement following his crushing defeat to Shakur Stevenson at Madison Square Garden. What was meant to be the defining night of Lopez's career instead became one of the most emotional and painful moments the sport has seen in years, as he revealed his decision to step away immediately. Only hours after the loss, Lopez sat down for a post-fight interview that is already being called one of the most shocking moments of 2026. With emotion clear in his eyes and heaviness in his voice, he shared words that sent shockwaves through the entire boxing community.
I'm not great. You cannot tell me I'm not the double greatest since Muhammad Ali. This is what I do. This is what I do best. Now, just to steer it up, I might retire after this. Retirement, man. I'm kind of tired.
Speaking with visible pain, Lopez said he was finished, explaining that he gave everything he had, but it still wasn't enough, and that he couldn't keep putting himself and his family through it. He made it clear this would be his final fight. The announcement stunned everyone, as no one in the arena or watching at home expected such a sudden decision from the former lightweight champion. The moment his words aired, social media erupted with shock, sadness, and disbelief, as fans struggled to accept that it might truly be over. But before breaking down what this retirement could mean, it's important to look at what unfolded in the ring that night. The bout itself was a showcase from Shakur Stevenson, a performance that reinforced why he's widely regarded as one of the most technically gifted fighters in the sport today.
It's millions if you could make hundreds.
Of millions?
Yeah.
You believe you can make hundreds of millions outside of boxing?
I believe so, yes, I do.
Well, I understand where you would get your...
From the opening bell, Shakur controlled the fight by dictating the pace and distance, forcing Teofimo to operate on his terms. Teofimo started aggressively in the first 3 rounds, pressing forward and looking to land the big shots his team had talked about all week. But Shakur consistently made him miss and answered with sharp, clean counters. Jabs and straight shots landed with precision, scoring clearly and slowly draining Teofimo's confidence. By the 4th round, the frustration showed as Teofimo's attacks became more predictable, while Shakur stayed calm, composed, and in complete control.
Very happy. The name of the game in boxing is hit and don't get hit. I'm a master of it. I didn't get hit, and I hit the guy more than he hit me. So it was a great performance for me. I'm happy with it.
Sources ringside said Teofimo's corner could be heard begging him to stay patient and stop forcing reckless attacks, but the advice didn't change the momentum. Round 6 proved especially punishing as Shakur landed a clean 3-punch combination that visibly hurt Lopez and left him clinging to the ropes. Madison Square Garden erupted when Shakur pressed the action, showing a finishing instinct critics once questioned, unloading hard shots on a wounded Teofimo. Lopez managed to survive the round, but the damage was clear, his face marked and his eyes searching for answers that never came. From rounds 7 through 9, it was total control from Shakur Stevenson, who fought with growing confidence and systematically.
Well, Shakur, congratulations. Biggest fight of your career. You come up with looked like the finest performance of your career. Was that the performance you were looking for?
Nah, I came in here to prove a point. It wasn't the performance I was looking for because I came in here trying to prove a point and I was trying to fight.
Every time Lopez tried to build any offense, Shakur shut it down with perfect timing, sharp footwork, and clean counterpunching that not only scored but steadily drained Teofimo's confidence. One ringside observer later compared it to watching a chess grandmaster facing someone still learning the game, with Shakur constantly several moves ahead. In round 10, Teofimo made one last desperate surge, emptying what little he had left in search of a fight-changing knockout. He landed a few solid shots that briefly ignited the crowd, but Shakur absorbed them calmly and fired back with crisp combinations of his own. The final 2 rounds were painful for Teofimo Lopez fans to watch, as their fighter appeared broken both physically and mentally.
My opponent was a hell of an opponent. He came here, he pushed me to another level. He made me make adjustments in there, he made me think a little bit. And I had to show y'all that I'm a dog too. Y'all keep saying that I'm
a runner. I'm pillow fisted, so I kind of stood there in the.
By the time the final bell sounded, everyone inside Madison Square Garden already knew the outcome, and Teofimo knew it too, the devastation written all over his face. The scorecards confirmed what the fight had shown from start to finish. 118 to 110, 117 to 111, and 119 to 109, all for Shakur Stevenson, a wide and decisive victory that reflected how one-sided the contest truly was despite moments of resistance. Shakur celebrated calmly with his team, fully aware of the statement he had made, while Teofimo remained in his corner, visibly broken, forced to confront the harsh reality that his very best had fallen short on boxing's biggest stage, undone by Shakur's elite defense, precision, and complete control of the fight.
Teofimo opened up in a way we've never seen from him before about his future. Lopez began by talking about the fight itself, saying, "Shakur was the better man tonight. He executed his game plan perfectly, and I couldn't figure him out. Give him credit." The humility in that statement shocked people because Teofimo has always been known for his brash confidence and refusal to give opponents much credit even in defeat.
When Teofimo Lopez said, "Listen, everyone knows I won this fight," 90% of the people here were cheering for Lopez coming in. They all booed him.
The in-ring interview afterward was short and awkward, with Teofimo offering brief answers and clearly eager to escape the spotlight. But it was the backstage interview later that truly revealed how deeply this loss had affected him and what was weighing on his mind in those painful moments. Sitting down with his face still bruised from the fight, Teofimo spoke with a vulnerability we had never really seen before as he addressed his future. He started by reflecting on the bout itself, admitting, "Shakur was the better man tonight. He followed his game plan perfectly, and I couldn't solve him. You have to give him respect." That level of humility stunned many fans, especially given Teofimo's long-standing reputation for bold confidence.
By the way, I don't think he was badly hurt with the first knockout. I think what he was more hurt by was realizing this little motherfucker's coming out there and winning round after round, outlanding him. He knew by the middle of that fight he had to turn something around. And by the way, he gave it a little bit more early in the second half.
Then Teofimo's tone shifted sharply as he began speaking about what this loss meant for his career and his life beyond boxing. His voice softened and cracked as he admitted he had been doing this since childhood, giving up everything for the sport, his youth, relationships, and his body. The weight of years of sacrifice was written all over his face as he reflected on endless training camps and the punishment he's endured. He continued by saying he truly believed he had what it took to be the best, that at his peak he could beat anyone. But this night forced him to confront a hard reality. That raw honesty, openly acknowledging his limits as a fighter, was difficult to hear.
If Teo is Gordo and not just coming in trying to hammer damage, and blah, 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 if he's Gordo, you got something going. There's going to be a lot of IQ up in there. Yo, I mean, which one of the two beat Loma? Which one of the two beat Josh?
When the interviewer asked whether this was just disappointment or a serious decision to walk away at only 27, Teofimo looked straight into the camera and delivered words that stunned the boxing world. He said he was retiring, that this was his last fight, and that he had nothing left to prove or give, explaining he needed to focus on his family and health. The room fell completely silent as the reality of his announcement sank in, with the interviewer visibly shaken and struggling for a response. Within moments, social media exploded as boxing fans across Twitter, Instagram, and every major platform reacted in shock, disbelief, and emotion to what could be the end of Teofimo Lopez's career.
Teofimo Lopez, from a degree, he does have a high boxing IQ as well. He does. I mean, he was able to deal with Lomachenko. He was able to deal with Taylor and other guys. You know, he does possess a high boxing IQ. He has that explosiveness or that elite athleticism.
Hall of Fame trainer Freddie Roach weighed in, saying, "Losing a big fight is tough, but retiring at 27 is crazy. The kid still has at least 5 to 10 years of elite boxing ahead of him." However, some people close to Teofimo's camp weren't entirely shocked by the retirement talk, based on conversations they had with him before the fight. One insider told media members, Teofimo had mentioned to those close to him that if he lost to Shakur, he might be done. He put everything into this camp and this fight. That context gives weight to the idea that this retirement isn't just an emotional reaction, but a possibility Teofimo had been seriously considering. In the post-fight interview, he also spoke about the physical toll boxing has taken on his body over years of both amateur and professional competition.
But I'm leaning towards Teofimo. Okay. Just because I like him. I like him more. He's a good friend of mine. Okay.
Lopez spoke with visible pain, saying, "My hands hurt every day. My back hurts. My head hurts. I'm 27, but I feel like I'm 40 because of all the damage I've taken." These health concerns are real and reflect the harsh reality many fighters face, though few speak about it publicly while still competing. Brain trauma from years of sparring and fights is an issue increasingly recognized, especially among younger fighters witnessing the long-term effects. Teofimo went on to discuss his family, explaining how this loss and potential retirement would affect his relationship with his wife and young son. "My son is growing up. I want to be there for him. I want to be healthy for him. What's the point of being a champion if I can't remember his childhood?" That heartfelt statement struck a chord with many, reminding fans that life...
He was the world champion. There is no comparison to Shakur's style and my son's style. Yeah. My son is more entertaining. You know what I'm saying? He has more, how you call it? He has more, I don't know.
There's that it factor.
What you call it when you have a lot of...
The emotional weight in the room was palpable, even for seasoned boxing media members who have witnessed thousands of fights. Teofimo's father, who has guided him as his trainer throughout his career, was visibly moved in the background and declined to comment when approached. The father-son relationship has always been intense and complex, shaping both the highs and lows of Teofimo's journey in the ring. Meanwhile, Shakur Stevenson, conducting his own post-fight interviews, was asked about Teofimo's retirement announcement. He responded with respect and honesty. "I respect whatever decision Teofimo makes. This is a tough sport. If he feels it's time to walk away, that's his choice. But he's an incredible fighter." Shakur's graciousness and composure stood in stark contrast to the trash talk from the build-up.
My granddad is focused. I'm focused. We all locked in on the task. But Teofimo Sr. is nowhere to be found. Last night, he was in the lobby, drugged out, head over heels.
I don't gotta worry about that. You focusing on me, B.
Right now,
yes, you is.
He's emotional.
Yes, you is.
That's why he acting
like you clowning.
As the news of Teofimo's retirement spread, fellow fighters and boxing personalities quickly shared their reactions. Former opponent Vasily Lomachenko wrote, "Teofimo is a true warrior. Whatever he decides, he should be proud of his career and achievements." Current lightweight champion Gervonta Davis tweeted, "Damn, I was hoping we could run it back one day." Respect to Teofimo for everything he's done in this sport. The outpouring of support highlights the respect Teofimo has earned, despite some controversial moments and statements over the years. Boxing promoter Bob Arum, who has worked closely with Teofimo, also weighed in, saying, "I hope Teofimo takes time before making any final decisions about his future."
That is the last fight with ESPN. Well, he's in no position to say that because Top Rank has an exclusive deal with ESPN, and he'll fight with whatever network we want to put the...
We've seen it many times in boxing history, fighters announcing retirement in the heat of the moment, only to return months or even years later for one more run. But there was something in the way Teofimo spoke, the pain in his eyes, that made this announcement feel different from those typical emotional retirements. Already, debates are emerging about his legacy and where he ranks among his generation if this truly is the end. His record includes wins over Vasily Lomachenko, Richard Cummey, and other notable opponents, achievements that will be remembered as major milestones. At his peak, Teofimo combined speed, power, and confidence.
Still, the WBC lose for him.
But inconsistency and struggles with motivation have also marked parts of his career, preventing him from fully reaching his immense potential. If Teofimo Lopez truly steps away at just 27, boxing loses one of its most talented, and at times most frustrating, fighters, someone who never quite realized everything he was capable of. The coming weeks will be critical as Teofimo processes this loss, spends time with his family, and decides whether this retirement is permanent or simply a reaction to heartbreak. For now, the boxing world watches closely, wondering if we've really seen the final chapter of Teofimo Lopez's career, or if there's more to come in his unpredictable journey. That's all for now. For the latest updates, news, and highlights from the world of boxing, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our premium content.